Well, good morning and welcome to this little video about getting the results of your own thinking, which is how you learn. So you should be grateful to know that you get the results of your own thinking, and by the decisions you make on a moment-to-moment basis will determine what it is that the cause and effect of your relationships in the world presents to you, or the cause and effect nature of your relationships in the world presents to you, I should say. Hello, Mr. Magpie. They're quite inquisitive little fellows. I don't know if I've got any bread. Anyway, so this video is about the hokey pokey. Put your whole self in, get your whole self out. It's about commitment, dedication, discipline, and a willingness to adopt a defenseless attitude towards the journey or the process of your own healing. Two of you now. This one's extremely curious. They never usually come right up to my feet. But... Sorry, mate, I've got nothing. Look, empty hands. Come with empty hands unto your God. Anyway, getting distracted there. So the idea of discipline, the idea of devotion, the idea of defencelessness all go hand in hand, because the whole nature of spiritual healing, of the idea of radical forgiveness, of the idea of atonement, is a letting go. It's a defensive posture of letting go of what you don't want in order to discover what it is that you do want. And initially you don't really know what you want. You find yourself in the world beset by all sorts of options and all sorts of choices, until you realize they're all much the same as each other. They all lead to a long road with a 6-foot hole and a pine box at the end of it. And salvation comes along and you find yourself perhaps with a copy of A Course in Miracles or watching a video like this, and you begin to realize, however dimly, that there's an alternative, that there is a better way to live your life than you have been living it. But that way, of course, requires that you surrender, that you give up, that you let go, all of these sort of things. And it's not just a once-off kind of thing. Oh, I let go once 20 years ago and I had an experience of the light or anything like that. It's a constant and ongoing process whereby the mind is retrained again and again and again to trust the process, to live in faith, and to be accepting and open to whatever is presented, knowing that there is only the will of God. And if you don't want to believe that there is only the will of God, then you can possibly choose to believe that there might be something else called free will. You'll be in for a shock. But carry on. You know, you get the results of your own thinking, and that's how you learn. So carry on if you want to believe in a will opposite to God. Even though I'm telling you, God is everything. God is an energetic presence, force, life, whatever in this world, a tachyon field, if you like. And what you use it for is up to you, to either befuddle yourself or to bring yourself to a state of sanity. So Tina asked me to make this video, and I'll try to keep it short because it's one that she would like to be able to post up again and again. Every time she gets an inquiry about our Zoom meetings or our lives. We used to do lives, or I used to do lives on Facebook, and now apparently we're doing them on YouTube with quite a good following there. For me, anybody more than 2 people is a good following. Where 2 or more are gathered, there I am in the midst of them. I love the idea of that. You know, it it's not about how many people are tuning in or anything. It's about my mind, and this is where I have to keep my finger. There's no one else out there listening to this video. There's just me declaring the certainty of my mind based upon an experience I did have 30 years ago nearly, and have been processing with the principles that afford that experience ever since. Being a top-downer and not a bottom-upper. Experience first, mind training after, whereas most people find their mind training comes first and the experience after. And I had somebody say to me the other day, oh, most people will go through this life without any kind of an experience. It's like, that's such a lot of crap, you know. It depends on your discipline, it depends on your purpose, it depends on your determination. I've had so many people tell me that they have light experiences in meditation. I was talking with someone just this morning who said that whenever she becomes focused, her mind opens and there's flashes of light going on that wasn't there before, and all of this sort of stuff. It's like, you know, and these things are accumulative. They sort of build up like a charge, and then all of a sudden, kaboom, when you're revelation ready, when you've become the master of miracle-mindedness, you can be entrusted with the keys to the kingdom, let's say. And it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. Jesus says in the air text, you have to earn your experience, right? You have to earn it. You have a part to play, and you have to fulfill that part. So learning to become defenseless with our Zoom meetings in specifically, and defenseless in all things. I mean, I'm just referencing the Zoom meetings because I was asked to by Tyna, but I mean defenselessness in life across the board. Standing in faith. So the Zoom meetings we have that we do are full participation, as is salvation. You're either in or you're out, hot or cold. There's no lukewarm, no fence sitting. If you want to attend our Zoom meetings, there's no charge. We don't charge anything. All we require, and there has to be rules of entry, some kind of guidelines for entry into this, which are parallel to the principles of your own determination to reach enlightenment. So those principles are full participation, which means cameras on, in a well-lit room, let's say, so we can all see you. I've had people sitting before in dark rooms with the camera on as if that's some kind of thing. So no, let's have the cameras on, lights on, as if we're in a room together, in a meeting room, discussing these things. Now, there is a vulnerability and an openness with the Zoom meetings because we do publish them online, and they are freely available for anyone to watch. And that's going to require a level of maturity on your own part, and a sense of understanding with regards to how important it is for this material to be able to get out there versus your own sense of personal identity that still perhaps feels this kind of material is a threat to your to the preservation of that self-identity. So if that's the case, then maybe Zoom meetings are not for you. If you're really not into salvation, if you're really not interested in your enlightenment, if you're really not ready to get the results of your own thinking and to be exposed for the fraud that you are, to experience the truth that you are, then maybe these Zoom meetings are not for you, right? And I don't say that in a mean way, just in an honest way. There's no point embarking upon a journey that you have no intention of surrendering to, because you don't get salvation on your own terms. And I'll make damn sure of that. No man comes to the Father but by me. Luckily, my terms are simple. Love everyone unconditionally, including yourself, including God, which is what that is. So there you have it. Cameras on, lights on, no laying around in bed like an old lazy bones. Like, sit up and put in the effort, and like what you put in, you do get back. Yes, I will pick on you. Yes, I will answer questions and all of this sort of stuff. And so will Tyna. I'm hoping that she's taking on board some of my stern demeanor regarding having student reflections, let's say, which are really teacher reflections. I mean, you get the opportunity to teach from the non-compromising perspective of your own certainty. And if you do compromise it, if you dumb it down for those that are trying to ascertain what's going on their own terms, then you're compromising your own integrity, you're compromising your own message, you're compromising the vibrational efficacy of what it is that you're attempting to put out. Okay? It's like, this is top of the ladder stuff. All right? When I tell you that life has to be defenseless, or that you should adopt a completely defenseless posture to actually become the witness to your own life experience, I mean it. I don't mean be defensive when it suits you. I mean, like, the whole thing is, I need to realize that I can walk the world in perfect safety. You know, whether there's a bear in the woods or a man in the woods, which is a latter-day analogy for safety in some regards. Or whether there's magpies in the woods here. So that's it. I'll keep this to about 10 minutes or 12 minutes or whatever it is. But for the Zoom meetings, please, cameras on. Tina will boot you out if we have a black screen there. If you're not ready for it, just be honest about that. No, I'm not ready for it. Don't try to sort of listen at the keyhole, you know, like it's all or nothing. And you can watch the production afterwards online for sure. But that's not you participating in salvation. That's just you doing more of the same kind of study and inquiry about salvation, not actually stepping in. You know, and this whole thing's about a stepping in or a stepping up. And you know, it's up to you. Time is always against you. Just remember that. 6-foot hole, pine box. And I laugh about it because it's like it's already done, you know, like the nature of salvation is that it's completed already. The kookaburras are laughing about it. They laugh about everything. Anyway, that's it. There's Mr. Kookaburra up there in the tree. I don't know if I can zoom in there, but kookaburra, magpie. We've got another magpie over there. Another one just here, coming to see if I've got any tidbits. And kookaburra just right there. There he goes. Whee! Oh, attacked by the magpie. Now he's right in front of me there. So a little bit of nature to end the video. All right. I love you guys. And thanks for tuning in. Thank you for the donations. Tina and I are getting very excited. We're going to have a meet-up. I'm going to visit my friend Annie, who's going through a bit of stuff this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and when I get back from that, Tina and I are going to have a Zoom about the final editing for the little booklet. We're still after distributors of that little booklet. If you're keen to be a distributor in your country, we give them away for free. If you want to be a distributor and you're concerned about how much it might cost you to mail these things out around the place, remember, include that in as part of your miracle-mindedness. Jesus pays the bills. Okay? Jesus pays the bills. Trust that. What you give on the one hand will come back to you in other ways, or perhaps similar ways. But there is no loss in giving, and that's something you've got to learn as well. So it might be an opportunity to learn it through learning what that means by becoming a distributor. I love you. Peace.